We bled up, bled up, bled up, bled up. We bled up, bled up, bled up, bled up. Hold up, y'all gotta pump my taste. Hold up, y'all can't talk about basic. Hold up, we mighty more Power Ranger. Hold up, mine also dangerous. Hold up, y'all talk outrageous. Hold up, don't get caught in the matrix. Hold up, got that Lyrics can't hear it no more. Stand up to the man, can't fear him no more. Sonogram don't feel it no more. You were driving a minute but can't steer it no more.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Straight ahead, it's Wildcard weekend, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Love looking to pass on the first play. The connection with his running back, Josh Jacobs. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Ready? Working out of the gun. Love. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Derek Hall able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
Ready? On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8.
Ready.
Off the option, here's Jacobs. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ready. 50 ready. 50 set.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marshawn Lloyd, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers will strike first here, this wild card matchup. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Nice. Let's go now. Pass to the left. Pass forward. Rig alert. Rig alert. Cut my team. Cut.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing the line to Walker. They'll go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 4.
Ready? Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready?
They'll look to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up the 3rd down.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Come on. Dragon 60. Mustang 19. Check. Check.
They'll set up to throw. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
At the 37-yard line.
Guard red. Come on, set. 33, yellow. Ready?
On play action. Love to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Here we go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Ready.
6-0 our score after 1. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Red, cycle. Black shot. Here we go. Yellow, blue. 10 black.
In motion, right comes Reed.
Ready.
Here's Love. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Jaden Reed. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Blue, green jack. Black ultra. Huge, yellow. Cut.
Throwing. Love. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
You want to see more, but you honestly saw life that slows you down. Your body is at your mind is not at
Ready. Warriors, step 18, 5 in. Steady.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. All right, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Pirates, 765. Let's go now. Viking, 18. 10, hit. 18, Rodley, 8, sharp 60, sharp 60.
They're going to look to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
19 Lions. 19 tight. 19 tight. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Let go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
And that'll hit and kick out of bounds, they say, right at the 50-yard line.
At the 50-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Ultra. Go ultra.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Out to the left here to Reed. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches on the Seahawks 17-yard line.
Red. Edo blue. Here we go. Drill green. 50 green.
Again, it's Love. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Nicky Manwari. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? So the penalty on the offense, no need to accept that. They'll decline it, and the interception will stand. Looking to put a drive together.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
He'll throw from the gun. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got a 1st down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
A gain of 12. And the Packers 1st down.
Love, he's going to change the play here. Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Hey, green. Yellow, 43, 6, mega, red, yellow. Hut.
Love looking to throw it. And it's caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Matthew Golden, a 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2.
Let's
The
go now.
Packers will set up for the
Red,
2-point
30,
conversion.
black. Red, cycle. Hut, hut.
Love throwing for it. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0.
14. Seahawks, nothing. Brendan McManus to kick off for Green
After the
Bay.
touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Let's go now.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football, and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
60 Maverick. 70 Rangers. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
Hey, Smash. 70 Lions. 65. Trap 60. Trap 60. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He completes this to Walker. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go. Big hurt. Like 18. Pioneer. Let go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Cooper Kupp, 26 yards. And the Seahawks are back within a score.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver, because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make our score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Black 40. Yellow, go. Yellow, blue, yellow. Red, yellow.
Love. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
And now Love going to change things up. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And here's Daniel wheeling on now to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is fielded at the 7. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Granted by the luxuries up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet. People diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
Trap 60, trap 60. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
They'll throw now on the final play. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. Inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, he didn't find the end zone a whole lot in his rookie campaign, but he's got himself a touchdown here in the playoffs.
And it shows off his big playability, too, because we saw this quite a bit in college, and it certainly continued here at the next level. Another explosive play for a guy who's made them all season long.
Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 14. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC Wildcard bout. And they will not get a chance to return this. One as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 1.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Check, 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 check.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Stephanie! 70, Kimbo, 18, Pioneer! 19 tight, 70 Rangers, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. On the up, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. Now he's free at the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker, 65 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, Packers 14. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
In motion left goes Watson. Love from the gun. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 23.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
He'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 yards there, just like last play.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Go street. Go.
A quick throw caught by Cup out wide. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Read alert, read alert.
Trying the left side with Walker. Fights through it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower in that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Top 19. Seven Pirates.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Panther 11. 70 Ranger.
They'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Throwing right, and that's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 14. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter.
Let's go. 79, Panther 60. Rig. 60 Maverick.
He'll look to throw. Open man right side is caught complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now up to 14.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Packers take over first down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Drill Green. 38. Cluster 6. Strike 2.
To throw now. Here's Love. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Nicky Manwari. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Mustang 19. Hey, check that. Ready?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. Cowboy 80. Check smash. Check smash.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 110 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Let's go.
On the counter, it's Walker. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On the ready.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 4.
Street. Viking 18.
They'll drop the throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Walker showing the power. Now he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well. And they pick up big yardage.
Here we go. Start. Cougar 19. Rig. Warrior 70. 19 Lions.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Bronco 80. 18, Pioneer.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead now up to 14. the touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. On the move past the 40. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Ball red, blue, 32. Yellow, blue. Set.
Love now. Now he's going to step up and run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Green Bay.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And effective running here. They'll take it down inside the 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's 2nd down and 3.
Here we go. Here we go. 52 blue. Yellow. Go. Smash. Red. Steel. Black. Set. Go.
To pass. Here's Jordan Love. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs from 8 yards out. And the Packers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team right.
No doubt about it.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Hey, shut up. Liking 18. Ready?
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
At the 39-yard line.
And Walker once more. Powers through. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. And that should just about do it.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Rig alert, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 79 Broncos, Warriors 70. Let's go.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Second and 5.
Here we go. Set. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Check out.
Right side, he finds his receiver, Horton. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Come on, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.